ומכל זה יובן עניין למען הביא הוויה על אברהם es asher diber alav. And from all of this you can understand the concept of, in order to bring, that Hashem should bring on Avraham that which he spoke about him. Dainu Avraham hu chesed ma. That is, that Avraham is chesed of ma, v'anuchi afar ve'efer, that I am dust and ashes. Sheyavi al Avraham bechinas v'rav chesed, to bring upon Avraham from the concept of the great kindness, from chesed of keser to chesed of zah. Shebli gvul, that the great kindness is without boundary. Dainu bechinas b'makom gedula sochulu, that is from the place of his greatness. Shamata motza nafsanu, so that's, you'll bring it down to the afar ve'efer of Avraham. V'zeu asher diber alav, and that's why it says that which he spoke about him, alav dafka, upon him specifically. Al derech mi gadol ki gadol me'al shamayim chastecha, like the concept of, because great, with the word gadol, upon the heavens is your kindness. So it's a kindness from the concept of gadol. So it's the concept of alav, that it's from upon you, above you, from the gedula of keser. And that is because they will guard the path of Hashem, also stako mishpat, to do charity and justice. Shekol al gimel kavin chagas hanimshachim dafka al yedei bechinas Avraham, that are drawn specifically through Avraham, Inyan l'sheris nachalaso chulu, which is the concept of the remnant of his inheritance. And according to this we can understand the Medrash Rabbah Miketz. Pashat Tzadik al pasuk rakach kisei gdal mimeka, on the verse, only the throne will be greater than you. The kisei is from the concept of gadol, more than you. V'ha'isa rak lamayla, but it says in the Medrash that you will be only above Kel Kamocha. Maybe you'll think that you'll be like me. Talmud lomar rak. That's why it says in the pasuk rak lamayla, only above, but you won't be as great as me. Gdulasi lamayla migdulaschem v'chulu, that my greatness is greater than your greatness. The kasha, my kamash malon shegdulasi lamayla migdulaschem, that this is the question we can ask is, why would Hashem need to explain that to us, that his greatness is greater than ours? And according to what we explained with the concept, that the concept is, in order to bring upon Avraham that which he spoke about him, that will shine into him from this concept of great kindness, is that this is the concept of greatness. That the attribute of greatness of the Holy One, blessed be He, that's higher than the attribute of kindness of Atzilus, Ya'ir ben Neshamas Yisrael, will shine into the souls of Israel. That's the concept of your greatness, the Gedula that shines into you. So that's what we're saying, that you have Gedula. Maybe you'll think it's like mine. That is, should shine into Ziranpin, that's called Israel, from the concept of the great mochin, the brains that are in their greatest state. And Ziranpin will be on the level of Arich. And that's why it asks, maybe you'll think you'll be like me. Talmud lomar rak chulu. That's why it says only rak lamayla. And the concept is, like it explained in another place, and explaining the verses in Tehillim, praise him like the greatness of his gedula. Dahainu sheish riboy bechinos gedula, or bechinos gedula. There's many concepts within gedula. Dahainu gam bechinos midas gedula shalamayl me'achesed atzilus. That is, that even in the attribute of gedula, that's above the kindness of Atzilus. Yeshribu madrego zula ma'il mezula ein kates. There are many levels, one above the other, infinitely. Kihin derech klal b'chinas chesed Atzilus zehu mekor b'chinas memala kol almin. Because in general, the concept of kindness of Atzilus, that's the source for that which fills the worlds. The divine as he fills the worlds. And the concept of great kindness of Arich without boundary, that's the concept of that he encompasses all the worlds. Which is a concept of without boundary. That it's a concept of encompassing upon them. Vain sham bigeres hakodesh simin gimel b'dibur hamaschil vilbash tzedaka kishirion shezeu inyan Mamer razal kol pruto upruta mitztarefes lecheshbon gadol. Look what it says in Tanya in the letter about how we'll wear tzedaka like a ringmail of armor. That's like our sages said, that every single, or a scale mail of armor, that every, this is like our sages said, that every coin adds up to a great number. So, but it uses the word gadol, cheshbon gadol, that the encompassing concept that surrounds and protects you is from the concept of gadol, cheshbon gadol daika, hu inyan gadol havaya muhul ma'od. That's the concept of Hashem is great and very praised. V'hainu ki cheshbon gadol zeu ba'arich anpin, and that is that with the great counting, that's an arich. V'kamocha kasu mizeh b'likutei Torah suf Parshas chukas b'bir al pasuk bo cheshbon ukmo b'inyan mea brachos shemamshichim eser sfiros d'arich anpin shesham sfiros klulim yud miyud. And like the concept of 100 blessings that we draw down from the 10 spheros of arich, that there in arich the spheros are composed of 10, that are composed of 10, not just like the 10 spheros of Atzilus, but in the concept of meos, of 100, of arich. Like it explains by Chayei Sarah, and in another place it explains that there you have the concept of thousands and 10,000s and so forth. So it's found then that through the charity we draw down a great number, meaning the tens and the thousands and so forth. The numbers, not as they are singles, yechidos, asiros and meos, and alafim revavos. So the higher numbers are in arich, so that's the cheshbon gadol. And that's through guarding the path of Hashem to do tzedakah. So that tzedakah is what brings the cheshbon gadol. Nimshach Lman Havi al Avraham. That's what draws down the concept of in order to bring upon Avraham. Bechinas v'rav chesed, from the concept of and great kindness. Bechinas gedula v'chulu. V'hinei lasilavo. Now he doesn't explain why it's diber alav, that the concept of dibur specifically upon him. V'hinei la'asid lavo yari bechinas soviv kol almin bechinas giloi. Now in the time to come will shine the concept of that which encompasses the worlds, as he encompasses the worlds in a revealed state. Soviv will be revealed, vazium shachorel yon yoser, and then will shine. We will be drawn down a higher light. Yoser, orel yon yoser lios bebechinas soviv kol almino makif, to be in a concept of encompassing the worlds and to surround. That means you'll have a higher level of sovev, the chasher makif nimshach bebechinas pnimi, that when the encompassing light comes in an inner way, as I nimshach umeir makif el yon yoser, then is drawn down and encompasses a higher encompassing light. V'zeu inyan krov gudlo chulu, and that's the concept of like the many or the multitude of his greatness. Krov meaning more than one, the many number of levels of gedula. V'zeu gdulasi l'mayla migdulaschem. Now, according to the Mamer in the middle of the Rabbi, where he says Gerov Gudlo refers to Gvura, because it doesn't say the Godel Gudlo. Over here, it's a different Perush. Because according to the simple explanation of the Ari, Gerov Gudlo is Chesed, and according to that Mamer of the middle of the Rabbi, Gerov Gudlo is Gvura. And according to this, Gerov Gudlo is the many levels of Gedula of Arich. Perhaps similar to the idea of L'cha Vaya Gedula, that you have as explained in here, that where you have the Hamshacha of Gedula and Tizah. Chinas fil Gedula, so in Cheker Chulu, the concept of his greatness, there is no searching for the end. Ulfi Mashin is Borle Eel, Kile Gedulaschem, and in Shai Olamos. According to what we've explained, that your greatness is the concept of the 310 worlds, Lahanchil or Vayesh, to draw down to my loved one the concept of Yesh, of the true existence, because he is bottled and nullified, and not existence. So he draws down the true existence. Hine Yesh hu mechza mitarach. So Yesh, the 310, is a half of 620. Shu Keser, which is the crown, V'hu habechina hamislabish bekane chochma kane bina, and that's the concept which is enclosed in the two kanes, which is 150, half of Shai. So we have kane and chochma and kane and bina shel beis pamim kane gematria yesh kanal. At the 2 times kane is the gematria yesh. That's the Keser, as it's mislabish and chochma and bina. This is what is enclosing the kindness and the strictness of Arich. But the concept of the existence, the high existence in Kaser, is even higher. The true existence. Like we're saying here, that you have Gedula Silamayla Megdulaschem, that we draw down a Yesh into Chochma and Bina, Lahanchil Oavai, but that's only half of Kesed. There's another Yesh that's above that. V'hainu Chesed V'Gvura, the Atik Yomin, that is the kindness and strictness of Atik, above the kindness and strictness of Arich. Which is the concept of the lowest level of the emanator, which is higher than Arich, which is the root of the emanated, the Arich, and they are enclosed within the crown and the Keser and the Chochma of Arich, the Chesed and Gvura of Atik. And that's the concept of his greatness. It doesn't refer to a level of the concept of his greatness in his essence and being. Truly, because that's the concept of you cannot search for the end of his greatness. But the concept of his greatness, that which shines through an arousal from above, which is beyond our arousal from below, higher than our Gedula, Zehu Chatzi Ha'elyon de Keser, that's the higher part, higher half of Keser. Efshar Lomar, we can say, Shizeu Inyan Vaya Bayomahu Yitaka Bashofar Gadol, that is, on that day he will blow a great shofar. Great shofar being the concept of Atik and Arich, his Gedula higher than our Gedula. Ve'ef Shalomar, we can say, Perush ve'inyan ha'kohen hagadol, the concept and the explanation of what does it mean, the great Kohen. The Kohen from the concept of Gadol. That the Kohen Gadol draws from this level of great kindness, like the difference between Avraham and Aaron Kohen. And this can also be understood from what's explained, what's brought in the Mamer, that you should make holy garments. And in the Mamer about lifting up the candles. Parshat Tzadik Amru Od Kedoshim Tihiyu. They've said further, you should be holy. Kel Kamocha, maybe you'll think like me. Talmud lo marki kadosh ani v'chulu. So therefore it says, because I am holy. So it's a similar drasha on Kedoshim Tihiyu, just like the drasha on Gadol Havaya Muhulam Od Karov Gudlo, where we said that the question is asked, Yachol Kamoni Rak Vahisim Rak Lamala. So that his greatness is greater than our greatness, so too it says by Kedoshim Tihiyu, that maybe you think you could be like my Kedusha. Talmud lo marki kadosh ani v'chulu. Therefore it says, because I am holy, that my holiness is greater than yours. So what's the difference between these two drashas? Yishlomar, we can say that the greatness is the great kindness of Arich, and the holiness is the wisdom, the Chochma of Arich. So it's the difference between Chesed of Arich, the Gedula, and Kedusha is the Chochma of Arich, Ki Kadosh u'b'Chochma chulu, because holy is in Chochma, v'zeu Inyan v'anshe kodesh tihiyu li, and that's the concept of you should be holy people for me, that you should reach that level of Chochma of Arich, v'Inyan asidim tzadikim sh'yomru lifneim kadosh chulu, and the concept of that in the future tzadikim will say in front of them holy, because they will reach that level of Kedusha of Arich. So, but he didn't explain the concept of Kedusha Si, which is higher than Kedusha Schem. Maybe it's the Gimel Rishon Savatik. And that's the concept of Moshe, who's higher than the concept of Aaron, the Kohen Gadol, that we said Aaron is the concept of V'rav Chesed. So Moshe is higher than that. Shemamshich mebechinas kedusha, that he draws down from the concept of holiness. Asher kidishanu b'mitzvosav, that you've sanctified us with your mitzvos chulu. Od yishlomar, we can say another explanation. Ha'hefresh ben gedulo ben kedusha, the difference between greatness and holiness. Al derech melamayla lamata, or melamata lamayla, like the difference between above to below and from below to above. Ki Inyan shoham v'yashve, like the difference between the two stones of Yosef and Binyamin on the breastplate. Shohem and Yashve, the Tzadik Elyon and Tzadik Tachton, the concept of Samti Kad Kod. Okay, Inyan Korea, that it should be Kedenu Kedain and the like, where you have above and to below and from below to above. Inyan Korea beBaruch, V'zokef b'Shem, like the concept of that you bow down in Baruch and you lift up with the name. That's also from Lamayla Lamata, Milamata Lamayla. Besider Shah Rosh Hashanah. Od Yishlomar, we can further say Al Derech Mashikatz Vel Pasuk Hanechmadi Mizahav Mi Pazrav, similar to the concept of that it's more precious than gold, and also much Paz gold, Bechinas Zahav, Kemailas Zahav Ala Kesef, that the concept of gold is like the difference between the greatness of gold over silver. V'amru Razal, Lo Haya Kedai Ha'olam Shishtamish B'Zahav Chulu, and our sages said that the world wasn't fitting to use gold on its own if it were not for the Beis HaMikdash. V'im kol zeh, but nonetheless, HaTorah Hanichmadi Mizahav Chulu, the Torah is even more precious than gold. It's a higher level than the Zahav, similar to what we're saying here, that Kedusha is Lamaila than Gedula. Vaynu b'china Zav Chulu. Al derech zegam kin efshar lomar, and similarly we can say Ha'hefresh ben gedula lekadusha ki kamocha gedula begashmius, and just like greatness physically, zeu al derech ein kesef nechshav chulu, that it says in the days of Shlomo that silver was not considered precious. And because of its abundance, that is the concept of gold was precious, is the concept of Gdula and Gashmius. So if silver is not considered, then the gold is the precious one. And so too you can understand this concept of above, Benyan Kesef is a Hava Elyon, with the concept of supernal silver and gold. Liya Kesef, Lihazav, Hulu, that it says, to me is the silver, to me is the gold, that there's a concept of this within the divine spiritually, Inyan Taf Almin Dikisufin Hulu, like the 400 worlds of desire from the language of Kesef, Bechinas Kedush, Shalamayla, Bechinas Gedula, and the concept of holiness that's above the level of greatness, which we said was gold. Yesh Lomar, we can say Al Derech Hanechmadim Izahav Chulu, that which is more precious than gold. Ukeinin Gimel Rishonos Shebikeser, like the concept of the 3 first levels of the crown, Shegavo Mizayin Tachtonos, that are higher than the 7 lower levels. Afilu Mebechinas Verav Chesed, even higher than the concept of great kindness, which is the Chesed is the first of the Zayin Tachtonos L'chora. So if that's the concept of gold, even though gold is usually Gvura, and Chesed is the Kesef. There's a Maila of the Zav of Kesef. But here we're saying that's the Gedula, that's like the Zav. And the Gimel Rishonos is like the that which is more precious. Like the concept of that's brought, it says in the Yud Gimel Midos V'Rav Chesed ve'emes, that there it explains the concept of emes is higher than the concept of great kindness. That Tikkun ve'emes reaches all the way up to Gimel Rishonos. V'al ze Inyan Moshe, and similarly is the concept of Moshe in comparison to Aaron. Moshe emes v'Toraso emes chulu, that Moshe is true and his Torah is true. That Moshe is from this concept of emes. And perhaps also like the concept of Yaakov in comparison to Avraham, that is midas emes, whereas Avraham is the chesed. It's nimshach onto him from v'rav chesed, because he's shamru derech havaya. And look what's brought in Tillim on the verse that which is more precious than gold. We can further say a third explanation and why Kedusha is higher than Gedula. Kedusha, Mashu, Kadosh, removed all. That holy is that which is holy and removed and separate above. V'Gedula zeu ha'ashpa b'pnimis, and Gedula, that's the concept of flow in an inner way. If so, this is in the likeness of that which encompasses the encompassing of the worlds, and as he fills the worlds, and it's not so different from the Perush of Milamayla Lamato and Milamato Lamayla. V'im kol ze yuvan mashakasu b'Torah or b'dibur hamaschil v'kibel haYehudim. And from all this, we can understand what's brought in Torah or with the important Mamer of that the Yehudim accepted upon themselves the Torah, or they received Binyan V'Susa Sherachav, with the concept of the horse that the king rode upon. Sus b'gematria beis pamim sag, that horse is the concept of the gematria of 2 times sag, dainu b'chinas ki go ga'ah, that is the concept of that he's exalted upon exalted. With Targum Shugeal Givasanaya, that in the Targum that he's haughty upon the haughty. Ratzalomar Shemishaber Hagim, that is that he breaks the haughty. Al derech ve'im zroa ke'el lach edanakol gova v'gaon, and it's brought in in Eov that if you have a strong arm, like someone high, you think you're like a Kel or like an important person. So in the pasuk it says Idana Gaon Vagova, but here it's explains it. It's paraphrases differently, and it says Vimzura Kelach Idana Kol Gova Vigaon. So you should know all above and haughtiness. And that is because the concept of his greatness may be blessed is that there's everything in comparison is not considered. It's as if it's not there. Therefore, even someone haughty is as if they're not in front of him. And therefore, this concept of that only he is considered can only shine in a place where only he's considered, where there's nothing else, where it's batal. And that is like we said with the concept of to the remnant of his inheritance, to someone who places themselves like leftovers. So that's the concept of Geva Ga'uga'a, the concept of the Sus, the 2 times Sag. That second level of haughtiness is specifically to the one who's like Shirayim. It's like we said in this concept in this Mamer here. Now the source of those haughty people, the haughty ones, that's because they were drawn down from the world of Tohu. That concept of haughtiness, that's higher than the world of Tikkun. And like Esav was the concept of the firstborn, and he was called the great son or the older son, like the concept of Gadol, because he came from this Gdula. Look what's brought in Vayishlach, where he took from his hands a mincha for Esav, because he was from Tohu, and Yitzchak wanted to be mevarer him. But the truth is that they're only from the leftovers, that which fell down with the breaking of the vessels. So they're the true Shiraim. And the lights of Tohu went away above. Also, the breaking was only on the 7 lower levels of Sag and not in the first 3 levels. And further, in the explanation of what is haughty upon haughty, that he may be blessed is higher also than Tohu and Tikkun. He's higher than the coarseness, the haughtiness, the Gaon of Tohu. Perhaps this is similar to what we explained here with the Kedusha Lamayla Migdula. If the Shorosh of the Giloy is from the Biur of Tohu. Ukanal bePerush Halalu Karov Gudlo, and that's what he says. He says, like the explanation when we say Karov Gudlo, that there's many levels of Gedula. Even in Gedula itself, there's many levels. There's a level of Tohu and there's a level beyond. Therefore, it is within his ability, may be blessed alone, to be exalted and haughty upon the haughty. Even though their source is from the world of Tohu. And to have the concept of you should know, or you should wear as jewelry all above and haughtiness. And look what's brought about the idea about higher upon higher. Guards is like a makif, and even higher than them, the concept of Gedula, higher than Gedula.